Srila Prabhupada was on a morning walk, and he asked a disciple, "Do you know what is sex?" Interesting question. So the Prabhupada answered the question. He said, we understand sex on the grosser level. He said, but there's a subtle level, and the subtle level is that the man and woman come together to attract a soul. That's the consciousness, at least of a devotee. And then he said something which you've probably heard before. He said, the devotees, the Brahmins, and the demigods are lined up to take birth in this movement. And I just want to discuss that because it's got a very important implication for us. And I think we often take this movement for granted. I've heard Prabhupada say this before, but I never heard the context. So a devotee was explaining the context. And then I was thinking, this is a really interesting statement to meditate on because many, many people leave ISKCON. Some go to other Gaudiya Vaishnava movements, and I think we could say this movement means ISKCON and other Gaudiya Vaishnava movements. But some kind of just give up on all movements and even give up on their Krishna consciousness. And so I was thinking about this. Prabhupada is making this point that this movement is so amazing. What you get from it is so amazing that demigods who live this amazingly opulent, sensual life want to come take birth on this crazy planet so they can be part of Lord Chaitanya's movement to get his mercy. It's really important to appreciate what is that mercy and why they would line up. And Brahmins are waiting, lining up. Can I take birth in the womb of this woman, devotee, so I can take advantage of the movement of Lord Chaitanya, be in this movement? Brahmanas, devotees are waiting. And then sometimes we think, oh, this movement, it's so this or it's so that. Devotees are this, devotees are that, I don't want to associate, etc., etc. Don't think that way. Now, we're in the material world, so yes, any movement, it doesn't matter, any movement's going to be so this or that. It's just the way the modes of nature work. It's the way human interaction works. Some movements will be a little better, some will be a little worse. New people are always joining. They're not pure devotees yet. It's just the nature. It's going to be that way. It's going to get better. It's going to continually get better. And it's also going to have its problems because there are people joining who have problems and they're going to create problems. It's the liability of just opening up the Krishna conscious movement for anyone and trying to help them. Just as you have a liability when you have a hospital. People with diseases will come in and other people in the hospital may get that disease. So still, let us appreciate the movement that Prabhupada's talking about. And he's talking about, here is the movement of Lord Chaitanya's mercy by which you can get such an amazing level of bhakti, of Krishna consciousness for such a small price. And the demigods want it, and they can't get it where they are. And Brahmins can't get it. It's only available in Mahaprabhu's movement. And so they want to take birth in this movement. And then some devotees are turning their back on it. I just thought I would share that because I thought it's so interesting to meditate on that statement. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.